5 years ago was the first time that half of the world's population lived in a city. In the next 30 years, it's supposed to be 75%. It's a major difference in the way that we're living and the way that we're going to live in the future and how we're going to feed people good food in those environments. The average age of a farmer in the United States is 56, and there's only 2% of us. So what happens in 20 years when we have a new generation that doesn't have that kind of knowledge? And so now we're working on a few things. One of those is creating new farmers by creating knowledge on a shared network to do what we call the open phenome. So if you know genetics and genome, phenome is the phenomena that surrounds it. So we have genetics, but depending on what food I eat, my lifestyle, how much stress I have, I become a very different representation of myself. It's the same with plants. So as we decode nature and nature's responses in plants, we can get a lot more sophisticated than just let's give it more fertilizer, let's give it more water. But it'll be what microbes are in the soil that produce the flavors that I like. You know, what series of events in climate produce better nutrition offering in a tomato. At a simple level, I'm talking about a greenhouse with a brain. A greenhouse that's thinking, and one that can export its climate to other greenhouses. If you want that Mexican strawberry because of the way that it tastes and the skin thickness and the number of seeds and the color and what's awesome about it, awesome. Download Mexico into a box and start producing that food. We can create models that say, hey, if climate is changing, we can plan for this. Let's build the climate of the future. Let's test the things that we need to eat in it. How did they respond? That idea I call climate democracy. You know, when we talk about climate change, it's often in a very disempowering tone. If the individual can create climates and the individual can share climates, then countries that import a lot of their own food now can start to build up a capacity within their border, which stabilizes populations, which makes populations healthier, which limits the amount of resources being used in the production of that food. So we want to create climate democracy at the scale of the person in the production of food.